Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician. Today we're going to be going into the GR86 again and doing a little bit of a modification from GJP Designs. We're going to be installing their vent mounted gauge. Kevin has a video over on the Driven Media page, or the Kevin Bo page, channel, whatever. I thought that was really cool, so I picked one up, so we're going to go ahead and install it. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to drop a comment down below, but I will also have the product link down below if you guys are interested. But let's go ahead and get started. So here is the vent mounted gauge. As you can see, airflow is still allowed to pass through around it, and then you have a button on each side. You can change the color. You can also view, RPM, speed, oil temp, coolant, AFR, tons of different things with this. I'll throw up a picture in here so you guys can see some of the other things that it can show you. You can also buy other sensors so you can see things like oil pressure and things like that, ethanol content. It's a pretty slick little device, and I like how simplistic it is, yet how sleek and discreet it is, since it'll be mounted in where the vent is. I really like that. Now, the previous videos that I've seen on this, it only had one of these ports on the back. You have your USB port here. This is going to be for updates and stuff like that, so you can update the firmware. When you get it, it's supposed to be as up to date as possible. And then now you have two ports. The previous ones only had one, I believe. I think this is to run other things off of it. So I believe we'll just plug into one. I don't know. I tried to look it up. It doesn't say anything about which one it needs to go into, but you do have the wiring harness here that then goes to your OBD2 port. So very simple. You just plug this into the back of the gauge, run this down the dash. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed. But first we got to tear apart the driver's side of the dash, but it should be pretty simple. So the first thing we're going to do is remove this side panel over here, which you'll have a spot right down here that you can use a pry tool for. That then allows you to pop that side panel off. Then you're going to have a Phillips right here that you're going to need to remove, so let me go ahead and remove that and we'll move on to the next part. So once you have that removed, you should be able to just pull this panel off. It's going to be hanging by some wires, so just kind of let that dangle. I have my wiring in here for the radar detector. So now we have access to the screw that holds this gauge pod in. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that real quick. So now we have that one removed. Now we can pull the whole vent out and we can disassemble this. Okay, so I just brought it over here so it's easier to work on. The next step will be to release these tabs. There's three of them. There's one here, one right there, and one right there. Use a flathead, pry it open, but at the same time you're going to push the gauge pod from the front. So you're going to work this center section out of this outer frame. Once you have that out, you're going to see this Phillips head on the back. You're going to go ahead and remove that. That's going to allow you to pull this front section out. So once you do that, the front section literally just comes right out. I don't believe you'll be using this again because there's nothing here that's going to hold that in. So you can just go ahead and set that stuff to the side. You can keep this stuff just in case you want to return it back to the way it was. Now through the back side, you can run your wiring. So I'm going to run the wire through the bottom side just to make sure, I don't know, it's not really necessary. I just want to make sure it's towards the bottom of the pod. So now you'll take your pod and you have one portion. You have a bunch of felt pads around here for it to swivel in the socket, but you have one that is just a 3D printed nub that is only going to line up one way. And now it is ready to go back in to the outer frame. Make sure it's lined up correctly. I'm going to have to set you down for this, but you just line them up and push it back in. It's only going to allow you to put it in one way. There's little keyways that have to line up, and the clips are only going to line up one way, so you can't really mess it up. And this is what it will look like, and then you can move the gauge around. So now we are done with that. It's just a matter of running this down to the OBD2 port. So this is a super simple install, really clean as well. let me go ahead and get in here and I'll show you what we're gonna do. Okay, so once you get back in the car, I fed it up through here and dropped it back down. Other videos and the previous model, it actually had a smaller wiring harness coming off of it and then another harness that plugged in, and the wiring was smaller and it looked like they just had it running down through here. I tried that, but it pinches the vent when it seals to this. It pinches the wire so you can't push the pod in. So I actually ran it up here because you have this space over here, and that will allow the wire to run right through here. So now all you have to do is take it, line it up, and ka-chow. Now it is in. And the wire runs off to the side and is not pinched. So now it comes out right over here. We can run it down behind this panel, plug it into the OBD2, and then we can take all of the excess and zip tie it together and tuck it up in here before putting this panel back on. I got the OBD2 port plugged in. It's nice because it kind of clips into place so it can't walk out. And then I just zip tied the bundle, cut it. Now, just to make sure when putting this back, you don't pinch any wires. So line that up and push it into place, and then you gotta come down here and kind of push that in. This is just where it plugs in at. Everything's clear on the side. We already put the silver screw in. I forgot to show you that. Silver screw that actually holds this gauge pod in. Now you'll take your other screw and put it back in over here and put the side panel back on. Got the screw back in. You can just take this panel, snap it back into place, and that is all good to go. So we'll go ahead and power it on.
GPS connected.
And so you got RPM, mile per hour. I mean, you can flip through a lot. Your AFR. You gotta press and hold for a second to get it to change. That's a water temp, oil, water, oil, and then these are your max readings. Okay, so press and hold both buttons to enter main menu. Sorry, I don't know why it's not focusing. You can set your units, Fahrenheit, Celsius, pressure, PSI, kPa, bar, AFR, lambda, or ratio, distance, gauge color, red, blue, normal. So we'll go to red. Brightness, we'll leave that on full. Allow peak, max boost, minimum boost. I mean, there's a lot to go through, and this does work with the Gen 1 as well. So there's a lot that this thing can do. Door lock speed, and some functions are going to be available for Gen 1 and some stuff for Gen 2. Some it'll be available for both. Remote window, emergency flasher, seatbelt chime. Yes, please. Power cycle to take effect. Security alarm on or off. Daytime running lights. So I'll quickly mention the ASC is the active sound control, or the fake engine noise that's getting pumped into the car. So I went ahead and shut that off. So that is a nice feature as well. The right, and then you can go to save. Show clock. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on here. You press and hold to get out of it. Saving. So now it is red. And then to change gauge, you can set up what you want on your page as well. So yeah, there's a lot more to it. Let's just look at the GJP vent gauge for the GR86, but they also have it for the Gen 1, and lots of other things that you can add on to this. Honestly, without recording, you can install this thing in 10 minutes easy. Install is very easy, very clean. I like this a lot. So let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. But if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer it for you guys. And as always, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to smash that thumbs up. I'll have it linked down in the description for you guys. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. See you guys next time.